Service workers at Charlotte International Airport in North Carolina went on a 24-hour strike last week demanding higher wages and better working conditions. They currently make $12 and $19 an hour. They're asking for $25. Let's get to last week in Southern labor. So here's what workers in the U.S. South and the American colonies were up to from November 22nd to the 29th. In new union campaigns, 32 workers for the Southwest Airline Pilots Association, SWAPA, at the union's headquarters in Dallas, Texas, filed a petition to hold their own union election with the SWAPA Staff Association. 90 workers at Hoganese in Gallatin, Tennessee, filed a petition to hold a union election with the United Steelworkers, USW. 265 detention and transportation officers at Asset Protection and Security Services in El Paso, Texas, filed a petition to hold a union election with the Teamsters, Local 745. The employer filed a petition to hold a union election after a majority of the 175 workers at Highline Warren in Glendale, West Virginia, demonstrated support for unionization with the Teamsters, Local 697. 55 workers at Breakthrough Beverage Group in Miramar, Florida, filed a petition to hold a union election with the Teamsters, Local 769. And workers likely pushed by their employer and with help from the National Right to Work Foundation filed a petition to decertify the International Union of Operating Engineers, IUOE Local 132, as the union representing 6 workers at Martin Marietta Materials in Institute, West Virginia. 3 workers at Rental Supply District 1 in Ashland, Missouri, filed a petition to hold a union election with IUOE Local 513. And Amazon drivers at DGT8 in Atlanta announced their unionization last week with a march on the boss. In election results, 23 workers at The Line in D.C. withdrew their petition for a union election with Unite Here Local 25. 18 workers at Starbucks in Baton Rouge, Louisiana voted unanimously in favor of unionization with Starbucks Workers United. 16 workers at Como Rocks in Columbia, Missouri withdrew their petition for a union election with the Laborers International Union of North America, LIUNA, Local 955. 24 workers at ProTech Fire Services in San Antonio, Texas voted unanimously in favor of unionization with the Kelly Airfield Professional Firefighters, Local I-107. 21 workers at Tractor Supply Company in Columbia, Tennessee voted 12-8 in favor of unionization with the United Food and Commercial Workers, UFCW, Local 1995. In settlements, grievances, and unfair labor practices, a National Labor Relations Board, NLRB judge, ruled that EXXON's nearly 2-year lockout of workers during contract negotiations from 21 to 22 was legal, agreeing with the company that the lockout was to pressure members of the United Steelworkers to accept a deal, which is legal, rather than attempting to oust the union, which is illegal. Despite internal EXXON documents, which were reviewed by Reuters, but excluded from the NLRB's review, which showed that, at the very least, encouraging workers to decertify the union was a contemplated and welcome outcome of the lockout, rather than simple negotiating tactics. Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate. In strikes and bargaining updates, the International Brotherhood of Boilermakers, IBB, announced that their members voted to ratify a new tentative agreement with BNSF, a railroad company, the latest in a string of individual contracts that rail carriers are making with rail unions, a departure from the previous round of bargaining where there was at least a veneer of a united front from rail labor. The agreement provides for a 3.5% wage increase per year over the next 5 years. Service workers at Charlotte International Airport in North Carolina went on a 24-hour strike last week demanding higher wages and better working conditions. They currently make between $12 and $19 an hour, and they're asking for $25 an hour. More Perfect Union has a really good video out about the revolting letter carriers in the wake of a tentative agreement that many are saying is not enough. In political and legislative updates, the U.S. Postal Service is now arguing that the current make-whole remedies being pursued by the NLRB is unconstitutional. We love that. McKenna Schuler for the Orlando Weekly reports that experts anticipate Trump to roll back Biden administration attempts to protect workers from extreme heat. Railroad Workers United, a cross-craft caucus of union railroad workers, is expressing concern about Trump's nomination of Sean Duffy to head the Transportation Department. Duffy, they say, quote, consistently opposed measures beneficial to labor rights and worker protections during his tenure in Congress. His voting record includes opposition to increasing the federal minimum wage, enhancing workplace safety regulations, and expanding collective bargaining rights. His voting record includes opposition to those things. Duffy's alignment with corporate interests over worker welfare suggests a potential continuation of policies that may undermine the rights and well-being of rail workers. His lack of direct experience in transportation policy further exacerbates concerns about his ability to effectively address the complex challenges facing the rail industry. Trump has tapped Russ Vought to head the Office of Management and Budget, which manages a significant portion of the executive branch's responsibilities. Vought was an author of Project 2025, which is very surprising to me because Trump completely disavowed Project 2025, and I have a baby brain. On his way out the door of the Social Security Administration, Commissioner Martin O'Malley is touting significant improvement in customer service and employee morale at the agency, citing the following numbers, and all this despite the agency having its lowest staffing levels in 50 years. Average wait times on the agency's 1-800 number fell from more than 40 minutes last November to 12.8 minutes last month. The ratio of people receiving retirement, survivor of, or Medicare benefits within 2 weeks of applying hit a 4-year high. The time that it takes to receive a disability hearing has fallen from 368 days last November to 280 days last month. And they saw a 50% increase in employee survey participation and a 3-point increase in its employee engagement index. If we missed anything, let us know. You can do that at our website, tvlr.fm/contact. Let us know about your union updates.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.